Okay, 8:01, I'll call the meeting of the North Plains Urban Renewal Agency to order for Monday, April 13th, 2023. And with that, we'll go ahead, since we've already taken roll, is there any reason to take another roll?
We do take rolls because it's a different
Okay, so
body.
let's go ahead, we're going to get started with the pledge of allegiance, as we did that in a previous meeting. And I'll go ahead and see roll call, please.
Thank you. Chair Sheldon,
Present.
Vice Chair Martinez. Here. Commissioner Fage,
Here.
Commissioner Kendall,
Here.
Commissioner Linehan. Here. Commissioner Papen. Here. Commissioner Smith. Here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll proceed to elections for the ensuing term, which is 2023. So that would include the office of the chair and the office of the vice chair. So I will entertain the nomination for a nomination of the URA chair for 2023.
I move to nominate Russ Sheldon for the URA chair for 2023.
I'll second.
Is there any other nominations? Hearing none, we have a nomination for Russ Sheldon for chair for the Urban Renewal Agency for 2023. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none opposed, the motion is carried. Thank you. Now I'll entertain a motion or a nomination rather for the position of the Urban Renewal Agency Vice Chair for 2023.
I move to nominate Karen Martinez for the vice chair for the URA for the 2023 year.
It's been moved and seconded for the nomination of Karen Martinez for the Urban Renewal Agency Vice Chair for 2023. Do I have any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none opposed, motion is carried. Thank you. We also have a consent agenda. We have, which I didn't do in the previous meeting because I muffed it a little bit for Madam Mayor, but we do both of these things typically in a single motion. So I will entertain a motion for the items in 6, 8, and B of the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda of the North Plains Urban Renewal Agency for Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none opposed, the motion is carried. Okay, item 7, public comment. Do we have public in the building or online that wishes to speak on any item that's not on the agenda of the URA agency? Hearing none, we're going to move out of public comment to item 8A, which is a new business item, resolution number 2224 of the URA authorizing the purchase of real property. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bartlett.
Okay, thank you, Chair Sheldon. Before you tonight, resolution 2224 considers the authorization to purchase property on Commercial Street across from City Hall. The City Council and the URA have discussed this property for quite some time now, and we have a signed agreement actually as of today with the owner of the property. And the agreement is the same that you see here in the attachment, with the same purchase price and the same terms. Upon execution, if the URA approves this resolution, upon execution, the seller would start the process of dealing with the property to make it free and clear within 90 days for the city. And at that point, then the transaction would officially close. And as I said in here, this is a project acquiring properties as part of the URA plan for private investment. So our intent would be to do something similar to the GOA. Would be to market the property, probably do some sort of request for qualifications or request for proposals in an RFQ or RFP to the developers to combine this site in question along with the yellow house that the city owns nearby. You would really take combining both of those parcels to make something viable just because of the size of the two and the parking requirements. But anyway, more to come on that. First would be doing this.
Very good. Okay. Is there anybody that has any questions about the report?
I have a quick question, it's a clarifying question. So after the signed document, and there's a process, and there's a 90-day window for them to clear the property. And then after that 90 days, then we take ownership.
Correct. I wouldn't expect the property to be 100% clear. I'm not even sure what I'm expecting, how clear for it to be, but the intent is the seller will make every attempt for, for the property to be vacant, and then all belongings are going along with that. We saw the same thing out with the Glencoe area. Folks are in a building for a long period of time. There's a lot of things that accumulate there. We'll just do our best we can to clear that off. But we would also do an environmental analysis. We've already looked into that. Bill's already written the grant to do that, so we get reimbursed to do the environmental assessment. And we're actually kind of broadening it. We've targeted a few properties that are within the downtown plan to just might as well do the environmental assessments on the key properties that are have been identified in the downtown plan. So there's 4 or 5 opportunity sites that we just want to have the environmental assessments done on all of them. And that just gets us closer to redevelopment or activity on those at some point in the future too.
Are there any additional questions? Commissioner?
I know that we're proposing purchasing this property for the purpose of economic development, but let's say something crazy happens with the economy and not viable during that time. Are we bound by anything in this contract to keep it commercial, or do we have a plan B or plan C to use that as potential city facility or anything along those lines?
I would have to dig into the URA plan to see if there's anything in conflict there. I just know now that from a sort of a financial perspective, if we can develop a city hall on the property we already own, that's nice to do. And getting back to some of the input that we received from the community, they'd like to see more dining, retail, shopping, downtown. Not to mention our downtown plan calls those things out. We envision that combining the 2 parcels that's a pretty good spot to be able to do that. We've actually seen some models in other cities that they've had success doing that. We had the RFQ from Tiger that just did this in their downtown with a Ava Roasteria on the bottom and 10 apartment units on top. It's 10 or might be or not. It's either 12 or 20. It's quite a few. We wouldn't have that many, but things that are similar that provide a little bit of housing choice that we don't have here. Then maybe we could have a nice ground floor mixed use opportunity area. But to get to your original question, we're not binding. Nothing is binding today. But this is going to be the preliminary plan, and we'll have plenty of time, at least 90 days for this to play out. And then it wouldn't be until later this summer we really be determining what the optimal use would be for the site.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Commissioner Page.
The 90 days was, let me close this door, my kid's excited. The 90 days, they're gonna do their best to get everybody out. What happens if the best isn't good enough? Do we not purchase it until everybody's completely out? That's the question I need to ask.
Well,
If not, are we gonna get stuck with trying to evict somebody?
it's in the agreement under section 3. This isn't gonna close until that's done. It's ironclad. This agreement is pretty tight. I'm assuming our attorney made this stuff. I mean, I've been through every one. It's just, they're gonna be gone. That's what it's gonna be. Or not gonna sell the property.
So before we take custody, it's gonna be, before we make any payments or anything, they will be gone.
Correct, because all, with the exception of $5,000 of security, is entirely refundable if they remain on. Well, any other section, but section 3's for locks to be in. And that's in exhibit A.
Yeah, correct. We had discussed this before, and with no intention to become a landlord for this property.
That's satisfying.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
They're going to change their mind.
Well, I have my hunch, but just the real market.
Additional questions? Hearing none, we're going to move to entertaining a motion for the passage of or adoption of resolution number 2224-UR.
I move to adopt resolution 2224.
I'll second it.
Okay, the motion was made by Cameron Martinez and seconded by Terry Linehan. She beat you to it. Sorry, Rick. That's how it's going to go down. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none opposed, the motion is carried. Thank you. And I think with that,
Board Chair. Sean,
yes.
I know we have the next item is adjournment, but I did have one. I did one comment before we did that.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, actually, I'm going to turn this over to Finance Director Reed, but he put a lot of work into doing a tenant improvement program, TI program, and I've included that in a couple emails now, but I just wanted him to give you an update. And then we learned last week that it's helped a couple of businesses already. I sent that out for comments. It's been something that's been in our URA plan to do for a while, and finally had I wouldn't say we had a lot of free time to do it, but we did it really quickly. But maybe just, Bill, maybe just a quick overview of what it's meant to do, and how it's meant to help, and then kind of what are the sideboards and the parameters on it too.
Sure. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, the tenant improvement, it's a grant, and we're looking at awarding up to $50,000 individual grants to businesses to help pay for extraordinary tenant improvement costs for businesses who are bringing new food service of some kind in the North Plains. When a business moves in, if they're moving into space and they're going to open a new kitchen and try to have a business serving something to people in North Plains, kitchen stuff is extremely expensive sometimes. And right now in the construction costs for that sort of thing are chaotically increasingly expensive. So other cities, Beaverton, Hillsborough, a number of other ones, have taken up tenant improvement programs where extraordinary costs that are above and beyond what the landlord can help the business with, the extraordinary costs. Where this program would award them a matching grant of up to $50,000. So if they had kitchen extraordinary costs of $100,000 putting in the kitchen stuff, wood, grease traps, all that fun stuff, they could apply for a grant for $50,000 to pay for half of that, but they would have to pay for the other half themselves out of pocket. Okay. And we would reimburse them for half of that. But the sideboards are, it has to be food service. Can be food and beverage, but they have to be providing new food service in the city of North Plains. And that's in response to residents. We want more food service here. So this is meant to be a potentially powerful tool. Two businesses have heard about it and queried about it working, and they've run their own numbers, and it actually helps bring a couple of new businesses to town. One, a grill and tap house is looking to open on Glencoe, and then Cup of Yo. Their construction costs for some of their stuff inside have been extraordinary, and the grant will help them with that. And then the other two provisions are, if you're moving a business into downtown, right on commercial, the matching arrangement is up to 60%. So that just helps make the downtown area a little more compelling with this program. And then if you are a resident of North Plains and you're looking to open a business in the community, the match would go up to 60% for you as a resident, to help you as a local business owner. So that's kind of the program. And so looking to move forward with it. It should be successful.
That's great. Any other questions or comments?
Would that be for a new kind of foods, or because I hate to see a company that's established and really worked hard to build their company up be at a disadvantage because somebody gets a $50,000 startup, and brand new equipment. Would that be for a kind of new food thing like that? Bar and Grill sounds like it's part of the Glencoe program for the Ribtide or Roll Tide part out of town, I would guess. Would that be something for like new or a different kind of food service?
Commissioner Page, yes, it's strictly speaking for brand new businesses, bringing new things into town.
Well, by new, I mean something that's non-competitive. Then the company's already put out the capital and struggled. Like maybe like we already have a pizza place in town, so would another pizza place be not eligible for it? Would it have to be another, like, I don't know, something besides maybe chicken wings? I don't know. I'm saying something different.
Right. No, it's a good question, Commissioner Page. So in the application that we have created, the business is going to score less well if the business has to declare what kind of food service it's going to do, and how it will impact the market. And a business that, for instance, would come in and provide something that already exists, they will score less well in the application. I might add that they do have to fill out a very detailed 10-page application and talk about how they're going to benefit the community, what kind of food service it will be, all those things. And then the EDC will hear verbally a presentation by the business applying for the grant. And then the EDC independently will ask questions and make a recommendation. They might deny, they might say, we already have that. We have a struggling existing business, and we don't want to help you make, get market share from them, sort of thing. So those were all
It has to be sit down.
yeah, and it has to be sit down. These aren't food trucks. There has to be a sit down dine-in option available at the business. So also meant to bring residents and visitors in and stay and linger and enjoy the town.
Thanks.
Very good. Last call for questions. one word. Thank you.